Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I am Vedanta Karwal. Our top story, well, the government's big move to curb rising onion prices in the festival season. Fearing a surge in prices, the government has now notified a minimum export price of $800 per metric ton to maintain domestic availability. In fact, the centre also says that it's set to procure an additional 2 lakh tons of onion for its buffer stock. This, of course, is during the festival season. A surge in onion prices is something that the government now fears. Prashant has more details on the story.
Over the last week or so, just after the Navratri was over, the prices of onions have started skyrocketing, and government has sensed that this is because of the availability of onions, rather the low availability of onions, because the new harvest which was supposed to come during Dussehra time did not come because of some problems in key producing states like Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. So the government has realized that the increase in onion prices is because of the non-availability of onions. So by taking this step and by curbing the export of onions, for curbing this export of onions, they have decided to put around $800 per metric ton minimum export price of onions. Government expects that with this step, the availability of onions will increase in the market in the coming weeks, and it will reduce the prices of onions. The government also has decided to procure additional 2 lakh tons of onions from the local market for the buffer stock that the government keeps. Government already has a buffer stock of around 5 lakh metric ton. Now they have decided to increase it by 2 lakh tons more in the coming week. So until the fresh harvest of onions come, which is expected to come in the first week of November, the government plans to increase the availability of onions in the market, and for this they have taken these 2 steps.
And we're moving now to the big political headline. In poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, Amit Shah launched an all-out attack at the Congress. In fact, he lashed out at the Gandhis, saying that both Rahul and Priyanka have their roots in Italy. In fact, he also raked up the Ram Mandir issue, which is expected to be a huge political plank for the BJP as well. He said that the Congress had hindered the construction of the Ram temple. Take a look at what he had to say.
ये कांग्रेस पार्टी आजाद हुए तब से राम मंदिर को लटका रही थी, भटका रही थी, अटका रही थी। 2019 में मध्य प्रदेश की जनता ने ढेर सारी सीटें देकर मोदी जी को दूसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बनाया, और मोदी जी ने चुपचाप एक दिन जाकर इसका भूमि पूजन कर दिया, और 22 जनवरी को वहां पर रामलल्ला की स्थापना भी होने वाली है। अरे कांग्रेस पार्टी, उनको कुछ पॉजिटिव नहीं दिखाई पड़ता। इतनी सारी घटनाएं हुई है। अभी ये भाई बहन घूम कर चुनावी राज्यों में कूदते हैं। क्या हुआ है भाई, आप दोनों को समझ में नहीं आएगा। जिनके मूल भारत में लगे हैं ना, उन्हीं को समझ में आएगा। जिनके मूल इटाली में लगे हैं, उनको समझ में नहीं आएगा।
So, well, Amit Shah's statement and its timing is particularly significant in the build-up to 2024 and also in a crucial election year. Is Ram Mandir going to be a key political issue and a talking point? Mara Shakil has more details.
If you look at the date which has been chosen for establishing the Lord Idol inside the temple, it is 22nd of January. In the run-up to 2024 elections, certainly it will become a talking point. To say that whether it will be something that the BJP will be, emphasizing in the run-up to in the immediate assembly elections, maybe it will. But the point that has been made by Home Minister Amit Shah becomes important because he was addressing a rally in Madhya Pradesh, and he was addressing a rally in Chindwara, which happens to be the bastion of the former Chief Minister and also the Congress party's face, Mr. Kamal Nath. For Mr. Shah to say that if the Congress has been causing hindrances for the creation of Ram Temple, it's a clear point that has been made by the BJP that how various leaders of the Congress party who had also played role as advocates in the Supreme Court had been talking about how the entire argument of the judgment or the hearing should be delayed. So I think this will become a talking point in the upcoming Madhya Pradesh elections as well, because Vedant, interestingly, that Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, these are three states where there is a direct BJP versus Congress contest. It's a bipolar contest, and because it's a bipolar contest, that's why we are seeing both the sides go all out to ensure that the Congress, in these two states of three, they have power, they want to retain it, and the BJP wants to ensure that, particularly in a state like Rajasthan, which votes out the incumbent, it's like almost
Right.
every 5 years it does so, they would want to return to power.
And well, speaking of the countdown to 2024, it's likely to be a battle between personality cults. And one such battle is already playing out between Sharad Pawar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In a rare press conference, Sharad Pawar took on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and well, he had a response too. Take a look at this report.
A war of words between Sharad Pawar and Prime Minister Modi, with the big battle of 2024 now just months away. The Chanakya of Indian politics taking on the Prime Minister in a rare, fiery press conference. Former Union Agriculture Minister Pawar Sr. hit out at Prime Minister Modi, saying his contributions to India's farming sector cannot be questioned.
भारताच्या जगामध्ये तांदूळाच्या उत्पन्नामध्ये प्रथम क्रमांक झाले. इंडियामध्ये लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्युसर ऑफ राईस आणि इंडियामध्ये सेकंड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्युसर ऑफ मीट.
Rally in Shirdi earlier this week raised questions on what Pawar has done for farmers in his years as agriculture minister.
महाराष्ट्र में किसानों के नाम सिर्फ और सिर्फ राजनीति की है. महाराष्ट्र के एक वरिष्ठ नेता केंद्र सरकार में कई वर्षों तक कृषि मंत्री रहे हैं. वैसे व्यक्तिगत रूप से तो मैं उनका सम्मान भी करता हूं, लेकिन उन्होंने किसान के लिए क्या किया?
यहाँ जाता हूँ, जिस तरह लोगों का रिस्पॉन्स मिलता है, इसका रिपोर्ट उनके पास गया होगा. इसलिए साईं बाबा के दर्शन के लिए गए और शरद पवार के दर्शन की क्या आवश्यकता थी?
In Maharashtra, the issue of Maratha reservation has become a huge political flashpoint, but the Prime Minister has chosen to stay silent on it. The opposition believes his public criticism of Sharad Pawar is yet another diversionary tactic by the BJP. With Sunil Singh and Vedant Agarwal, Bureau Report, NDTV.
So politics speaking in the countdown to 2024. But moving now to a shocking case coming in from Ropar in Punjab. The police have rescued a 73-year-old woman and arrested her son and daughter-in-law for torturing the elderly woman. Well, in a CCTV footage that the police have now accessed, Ankur Verma, the lawyer, and his wife Sudha and a juvenile were seen mercilessly assaulting the elderly woman in that absolutely heart-rending video. In fact, the woman's daughter handed over the video footage to the cops, but this has now turned the attention back to the treatment of senior citizens and how vulnerable the elderly are as far as their homes are concerned. Mohammed Ghazali has more details.
See, all these videos which have emerged because the CCTV camera was installed in her room, and in one incident it is seen that Asha Rani's mattress, the mother's name is Asha Rani, and then the grandson in the family is seen pouring water on the mattress. Then the lady, or Ankur Verma's wife, comes in. Both grandson and the wife beats the old lady. Then Ankur Verma, the lawyer, is also seen beating in her, and multiple such videos have emerged only because the daughter of the old lady met her some time ago, and then she got the camera footage and then she got to know about it. Then she contacted an NGO. Now, this certainly brings back the point that how elderly people are certainly very vulnerable, and it also became an issue back in 2020 when the pandemic had struck here. in the country, and when we had seen that how multiple helpline numbers were issued to just check the well-being of the elderly or people who are alone in their households and all. So particularly in this case, the exact motive or the reason has not yet been known. The inquiry is on. The lawyer before his arrest kept denying that he has beaten until the CCTV footage emerged or the police got in possession of that CCTV footage, and he has been rightfully booked. Also, the Women and Child Development Minister of Punjab has also ordered an inquiry into it. She has asked a special report from the police after probing the entire case in no time.
So, well, such stories must make us ask, where are we headed as a society? We'll take a short break now. There's more news on the other side. Welcome back. Our big focus, battleground Gaza, where a full-blown ground incursion by Israel seems inevitable. This as Gaza witnessed a night of heavy bombardment. In fact, India has also abstained from UN's ceasefire resolution, and that sparked a political row back home. India says the UN does not condemn the Hamas attack in its resolution, but this as on the ground, Gaza has been completely cut off and Israel's offensive is only intensifying. Take a look at this report.
Not a quick raid, but one of the biggest offensives launched by Israel on northern Gaza. In what is being seen as the heaviest night of bombing in Gaza, Israel targeted 150 underground spots, which are also known as terror tunnels. As per Israel, several senior Hamas operatives have been killed. Underground combat infrastructure was destroyed. Airstrikes, hundreds of tanks, thousands of ground troops and drones are involved in this operation, which Israel termed as expansion of operations.
בהמשך לפעילות ההתקפית שביצענו בימים האחרונים, כוחות היבשה מרחיבים את הפעילות הקרקעית הערב. צה"ל פועל באופן עוצמתי בכל הממדים על מנת להביא למימוש מטרות המלחמה. Attention, citizens of Gaza, listen carefully. This is an urgent military advisory from the Israel Defense Forces. For your immediate safety, we urge all residents of northern Gaza and Gaza City to temporarily relocate south.
This is the biggest offensive in the war since 7th October attack of Hamas terrorists. According to reports, communication with Gaza has collapsed after this escalation by Israel. Israel also claims that Hamas has converted one of the biggest hospitals in Gaza, Al-Shifa, into their headquarters. Meanwhile, in a UNGA special session on the Israel-Hamas war, a non-binding resolution was passed calling for immediate ceasefire in Gaza. 120 countries voted in favor, 14 including Israel and the US against it. 45 countries, including India, abstained. As per sources, the UN resolution did not explicitly condemn October 7th attacks. There was an amendment moved to include this aspect, which India voted in favor of. But India abstained from the vote since their approach was not covered in the final resolution.
In a world where differences and disputes should be resolved by dialogue, this august body should be deeply concerned at recourse to violence.
India has said its stand has been consistent throughout, but it's a tricky balancing act amid evolving geopolitical equations. In Delhi, Kadambari Sharma for NDTV.
And well, moving now to the other big story, a massive landslide hit an under-construction dam in Arunachal Pradesh, affecting a 2,000 megawatt hydroelectric project and also reducing the water flow in Assam's Subansiri River. The landslide has alarmed the authorities and now evacuations are underway as well. Ratndeep Chaudhary has this report.
Videos have gone viral showing chunks of a hill crushing about 300 meters from the 2,000 megawatt lower Subansiri hydropower project, one of the mega dams being developed in Arunachal Pradesh. The landslide blocked a diversion tunnel, leading to a drastic reduction in the downstream flow of the Subansiri River on which the dam is being built. To avoid downstream impact, the Assam government has issued an advisory asking people to keep away from activities like fishing, swimming, bathing and boating. In April last year, the powerhouse protection wall had collapsed due to tail race channel construction activities. Over the past 3 years, the project site has been hit by 4 major landslides. In the past decade, the construction of the dam had faced opposition from activists and locals who feared a downstream impact. Work, which began in 2005, was largely stalled between 2011 to 2019. Fresh protests have once again erupted in Assam's Lakhimpur, fearing adverse effects.
ভূমিস্খলন হৈ পেলাই যেনেকৈ ছিকিমত বহুত মানুহ মৃত্যু হৈছিলে সেইদৰে যদি আমাৰ ইয়াতো হ'বলগীয়া হয় তেতিয়া চৰকাৰে সেইটো দায়িত্ব ল'ব নে কি হ'ব? ভয় লাগিছে আপোনালোক? আমাৰ ভয় লাগিছে আৰু আমি ৰাতিটো খোৱাই নাই।
নদীখনত পানী কেতিয়া হ'ব নহ'ব কোনোবাই দূৰৰ পৰাও ফোন কৰে আঁতৰৰ পৰাও আহে ফোনবোৰ আহে মানে আমাৰ পানী হ'ব নেকি আমি আকৌ চাবলৈ আহোঁ মানে ঘৰত মনবোৰ নবহে আৰু নদী কাণতে বহি থাকিবলগীয়া হৈছে আমাৰ ৰাতিটো হোৱাই নাই মানুহ এনেকৈ আমি নদীত অহা যোৱা কৰি আছোঁ ভিডিপি ডিউটি দিবলগীয়া হৈছে পানী আহিব নেকি সজাগ হৈ থাকিবলগীয়া হৈছে নাওবোৰ ওচৰত আনি থ'বলগীয়া হৈছে তেনেকুৱা হৈছে মানে ল'ৰা ছোৱালী স্কুলত যাবলৈ পঠিয়াবলৈ ভয় হৈছে আমাৰ
There are growing concerns over mega dams on rivers in eastern Himalayan belt.
For example, we had the case of the massive flood and dam disaster recently in Sikkim. Similarly, if you see in the lower Subansiri project, it's had a long history of concerns being raised both on downstream impacts as well as the broader issue of environmental risks, which are due to multiple issues in the eastern Himalayas.
Subansiri River, being the largest tributary of the Brahmaputra, influences a larger ecosystem. If the river flow takes time to restore, the impact will be wider. With inputs from Rocket Dairy in Lakhimpur, in Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
So, well, the impact of climate change is very visible now. And staying with news of the environment, it's toxic air season again. And with the air quality in Delhi and parts of North India spiking to emergency levels, now it has triggered an escape to the hills for cleaner air, and several residents from Delhi and its surrounding states are seen flocking to Shimla, quite literally for a breather. Take a look at this report. It's that time of the year again when there's poison in the air in Delhi. Residents in the national capital and its neighbouring states have been waking up to smoggy air, almost on a daily basis, which has triggered an escape to the hills. A number of people from Delhi, Punjab and Haryana are seeking refuge in Shimla, the queen of hill stations. Tourists from various regions express their relief.
शिमला में बहुत अच्छा वेदर है बहुत ही क्लियर है हवा पानी बहुत अच्छी है rather than जो चंडीगढ़ पंजाब जो दूसरी स्टेट के अकॉर्डिंग यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा है
Shimla is very good means के for environment friendly as compared to Delhi. But in Delhi is very polluted city. But Shimla is, I think, more better than Delhi.
इतना अच्छा लगा कि ये ज़्यादा पॉल्यूशन इनमें नहीं है खुला सा हुआ है इस पे और ज़्यादा गर्मी भी नहीं है बहुत ठंड लग रहा है.
According to the Central Pollution Control Board, in Delhi the air quality level is at very poor levels. In Gurugram, it's at poor levels. In Shimla, on the other hand, the air quality is in moderate levels. Tourist footfall had dipped in the previous months due to natural disasters impacting the tourism sector. However, the worsening pollution situation has given it a much-needed boost in October.
पिछले सितंबर में तो काफ़ी कम थे लोग वो सबको पता कि बारिशों की वजह से तो अब अक्टूबर में बढ़ा है तो वीकेंड में तो ठीक हो जाता है. आज भी किसी से दिल्ली में बात हो रही थी कि बहुत पोल्यूशन है वहाँ पे तो बल्कि हमें भी हम सोच रहे थे कि हम कुछ ऐड करें शिमला के रिज की या जो सनी हमारा सुबह ब्राइट सन होता है तो उसकी पिक्चर हम डालें.
Both Punjab and Haryana claim that farm fires have reduced by 50% compared to previous years. However, with harvesting ongoing and Diwali celebrations round the corner, there are concerns that the AQI levels will worsen soon. With Mohammad Ghazali in Punjab, Bureau Report, NDTV. So well, as the pollution season sets in, the question we must ask, what about our right to healthy air? That's all the time that we have on this bulletin. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.